All right. This is one of my favorite parts. My favorite questions is influencers because sometimes they come in a second, sometimes they're a full lifetime. And I remember when I speak, I tell this a lot. My grandfather, my grandmother, my mom, my aunt came from Kiev, and they moved to Canada way back when, and he used to take me for walks in the park in Montreal when I was about 5 or 6, and one day I asked him, I called him Zeta. I said, Zeta, how do you know all these people? It's clearly from him that I get all my talking from. But how do you know all these people? And he said, well, one day that guy over there, I smiled at him and he came over and talked to me and smiled back at me. We were talking. And then someone else saw and came over and said, what are you guys smiling and laughing about and everything? And and he was talking about how it made him happy and it influenced him and whatnot. And as a 5-year-old, I'm thinking, well, this is pretty easy. You just got to smile at people and good things happen. But then as you realize and get older, you think how brilliantly simple it is that you can actually influence somebody just by that, if not more. So I started knowing influencers around my life, which is where Leaders Who Care came from also. And now I ask, and then I'm asking you, can you share with us? I know there's probably been many, and I think I know a couple right now already, that you found that they influenced you in your life.
I've been asked this question many times in interviews, and the answer may surprise you. In South Africa, we have domestics. We're very blessed to have domestics. And we had a lady, Roz, who worked with us for 30 years.
No.
And this is a lady who, through apartheid, didn't get full education. She didn't even finish primary school. And yet this woman inspired me every day. She always walked in with a smile, this big, bright, beautiful smile. She was so caring and so loving. And she taught me the humanity of everyday life, of what really is important. She gave her heart and soul to me and my children. Especially, she worked with me through my ups and my downs. And she's still part of my family. Every time we go back to South Africa, both me and the kids, we see her and we still speak to her very often.
That's great.
And she taught me so much. She is very Christian based, and her faith was unmoving. And she just believed in the goodness of humanity. And yes, I've had other incredible people like Steven Spielberg and like Nelson Mandela and like every one of the orphan and vulnerable kids affected by HIV/AIDS that I worked with. The resiliency, the tenacity, the humility that I learned from all of them was incredible.
What a beautiful story because everybody does have value, and we so often judge too quickly people that maybe we would even learn something from that are, deep down. It's not necessarily that you went to this school or that school that's going to make an impact on the world. So thank you so much for sharing that. It's awesome.
Thank you.